What is going on here now? I don't know what's happening. Today, things are spilling. I can't get the right settings. So annoying. You guys, 2019 whooped my ass. I don't know if I'm the only one, but 2019 was one hell of a roller coaster. Like, honestly, what the hell was that? But it was a year of learning so much. I literally like made the most money. I also was the brokest I've ever been. I cried the most. I laughed the most. I loved the most. I hated the most. I fell out of love with my passion. I fell back in love with my passion. Like, it was just so much up and down, up and down, up and down. So yeah, I want to talk to you guys about that year. Let's do like a small recap. Like tell you guys what I learned, because I feel like I learned so much. So much. I grew up a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. But before we start, I'm gonna be opening myself a Sikera, because you guys, we have to celebrate sometimes. Like, we just have to celebrate. We gotta do it. We gotta do it. Oh, looks so good. Oh, forgot to mention, I'm wearing these nice earrings from Beauty Galore. I love their stuff. I got a few earrings from them and I just absolutely love them. Quality is good. You know, sometimes you buy earrings on Instagram and the quality is so bad compared to what you see on the pictures. So these I can vouch for, they're really nice. Also, notice my hair, guys. I straightened my hair for the first time. Like, I did a silk press. I filmed everything, so don't worry, it's gonna be in the video, but it's just so stunning. Like, it's so shocking how long my hair is. I was so surprised. Let me show you guys. So yeah, and this is like day 2. This is day 2. So my hair shrunk up a bit. Trust, it's gone back to like shoot. But I mean, who knew my hair could be this long? I love it. So the details for the hair will be in another video coming soon, so don't worry. If you're new here, thanks for subscribing to my channel. I love you guys so much. Thanks for the support. If you're coming back, then girl, thanks. And guy, I've noticed my guy viewership has gone up a lot. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for all the support. I absolutely love it. I got such good feedback from the Eurotrip vlogs. So Dubai vlogs will be coming out soon. Turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on that. Okay, yeah, so we can get into it. I remember turning the year 2019 crying in bed because I was just like, what am I gonna do? I was at the peak of my career at the time, but my career was very much intertwined with my relationship, and my relationship was at its lowest. So you can imagine, your career is at the top and your relationship is down here, and they're tied together. So that drag, you have to look good, you have to look like you're happy, you have to look this certain way, and I really hated it. I absolutely hated it. My outlet then, and still is, I write a lot. So whatever I'm feeling in my head, whatever thoughts I have, always write them down and just journal on WordPress, and it's private, so nobody ever gets to see them, but it's always private and I'll just go back to them. So I remember reading, was it January to February, actually February 28th is when I was like, I can't do this anymore. And that was the title of it. I was like, I can't do this anymore. So I started planning on how to exit, an exit strategy, and just thinking, okay, what am I gonna do, especially with my work, and just like finding a new house, all those logistics of that kind of stuff. And I didn't do it because what happened is I was just like, you know, let me just try again. Let's see if it will work. Let me tell you something, sis, or bro. Let me tell you something, like, if there's one thing I learned the most last year is follow your gut instinct. Like, your gut is telling you don't do it or move or step away, please follow it. So I took forever to make the decision to actually like get out of something I wasn't happy with, and I feel like that ended up spiraling into something bigger than it actually should have been. If genuinely you're not happy in a situation, or you're not happy at work, you're not happy with somebody, and you feel like you need to cut somebody off, or you need to just move house, even just you need to stop doing a certain habit, and it's in your gut and you don't do it, trust me, it's going to be bad. It's kind of like God telling you, I thought I told you to do it. If you don't do it, I'm gonna force you to do it. So yeah, my biggest lesson last year, to be honest, was follow your gut instinct. The more you train yourself to listen to it, the more it will be able to guide you in making decisions. Yeah, so you can actually practice and make it better. So that was my biggest lesson. Then I remember April came, and April was just, what am I doing with my life? What am I even doing? So Brands stopped working with me because of course there was like so much publicity and so much like weird stuff around my name. People on social media were being extremely nasty. Just moved house, I'm in a new environment. I was like, what am I even doing? Like honestly, sis, I was so confused. I was so confused. So for the whole of April, I feel like I did not do much. I traveled to Nanyuki just to like get my head out of things, but deep inside I was so confused and I didn't know what to do. And at that point, I felt like my mental health was doing terribly. Like, hey man, I don't know why I didn't seek help, to be honest, like professional help, but I just worked through things myself. I'm very introverted, so issues like that, I'll just sit down and think about stuff. I'll think about it. So that was a very confusing time. Luckily, Asia trip came along at that exact time. So April we traveled and I was out of the country for 2 weeks, I think 2.5 weeks. And that just helped me release all my tension, my anger, everything. It was such a good outlet. Whew, it was so good. It was work, but it was so good to just like travel and forget about everything that's been happening in Nairobi. And by the time I came back, I was actually okay. I was like, you know what? Life moves on. I mean, I'm such a small issue in this entire universe. Like there's so many people with other problems, bigger problems. So I was just like, you know what? We move on. So I started working and reaching out to brands, and brands started coming back and telling me, okay, we can work together. So I came back, started making content, but I was still struggling because other than travel content, I was confused about what my platform would be. And May, June, I was just struggling here and there, posting inconsistently, but trying my best, because at the time I was actually very confused as well about my passion. I was like, do I really want to be in like, do I still want to do content creation, or do I want to go back to my career in architecture? Like I was just like, what do I do? Soon after, and time really flies, like time really flies. I was traveling a lot in between as well. Went to Msambweni Coast. I also went to Kisumu the first time. So then soon after, Eurotrip came and it was time to go. Eurotrip was so much fun. It was again another outlet. So I come back and I'm ready for content creation to be posted. Like Eurotrip, I'm like, guys, sort out my content. I give it to the editor. I'm like, here's all the content. It was so much stuff. And it was gonna be 3 vlogs. You guys have seen them. Then the editor's like, cool. So usually I give him about a week and a half to edit because it's a lot. 2 weeks, no response. 3 weeks, no response. So I'm like, yo, are you gonna be editing this videos or not? Every time it's an excuse, and all of a sudden the guy goes quiet. So I'm just there, I'm so stressed because I know people are waiting. You guys are like, where is the damn video? Where's the video? And I'm just like, god damn it. So 1 month passes, people are like, damn Natalie, where is the video? Now I start looking for somebody else. I look, first editor, I'm not happy with the content. Second one, it's not like my vision, not my style of editing. Up to 5 editors, I still couldn't find somebody. Last minute, now it's like almost 2 months down the line, I find someone. It was so frustrating, and I was just like, you know what? F this. Relying on people, if you're relying solely on somebody, trust me, you'll get disappointed. You will get so disappointed. People are disappointing, like human beings will let you down, and you have to be able to hold the fort for yourself. What did I do? I was like, you know what? I'm buying myself a laptop. I'm going to learn editing. I know how to edit the basics, like to be honest. I know how to edit. It just takes a lot of time. And that's why I sourced for someone. Disappointment. Financially, to be honest, I made more money than I have ever made in my life. So that's a plus. Being in employment never made me that much money. So I'm happy about that. And I feel like it's kind of sort of a affirmation that you know what you're doing, it's good. You keep doing it and you can progress. So I'm happy that it's actually, my passion is making me money. So I clocked my first million this year, which is like thumbs up. Woo, to me, like really big thumbs up. I've also been the brokest this year, so it's been like up and down. And now coming to 2020, I'm just thinking of how to better invest my money. Like instead of just spending money eating, I feel like I spend most of my money going out to restaurants, traveling. Traveling is so expensive. Like guys, let nobody lie to you. Traveling is very expensive and you have to be very smart about budgeting. Since 2019, I've worked with so many brands. Like I worked with Clinique, I worked with Emirates, I worked with Dark and Lovely, I worked with Garnier, I worked with Sikera, I worked with Booking.com, which was actually a very nice campaign. Booking.com, I worked with Safaricom earlier in the year. I worked with Ciroc earlier in the year. I worked with Wavu, of course. So I worked with so many brands this year, and this past year, and I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful. And it's just to show that if you put your head down to do something, it's only been a year and a half of me being on this consistently and full time. If you put your heart into it and you give yourself to your passion, then it's gonna give you the rewards. Let's talk about fitness goals. You know, people always like tell me, oh my gosh, your body's gold, your body's gold. Let me tell you guys the truth. The truth, like the honest truth. Let me tell you the truth. Last year has been my worst year in terms of fitness. Extreme. Beginning of the year, I was pretty good. I was actually quite slender. I was looking back on my pictures, I'm like, whoa. When I gain weight, it comes to my cheeks, my arms, and my booty. And my tummy as well, of course, that's standard. So this year, I've been so on and off, especially moving house and trying to find a gym in my area. Struggle. The biggest struggle has been. And then let's talk about consistency. I go 4 days, I feel like I just don't want to do it anymore. Another thing, traveling. When you travel, keeping up with your fitness goals, 0. So my fitness has really struggled this past year. I was probably 56 kgs at the beginning of the year. I am 62 kgs now. That's 6 kgs up, yes, in 1 year. And yeah, I mean, such is life. But I'm gonna be doing a lot more fitness this year, trust me. I've found my ground, got my trainer, everything is set. So finally expect that kind of content from me. Before I blabber on too much, that's been my recap of 2019. Whew, it's been one hell of a year. But my biggest takeaway from last year, honestly, was that little voice in your head that's telling you don't do it, or do something, or get out of something, that you just feel it in your tummy. It's like even at the back of your head, you're like, yo, I need to do this, and you postpone it for too long, it will have worse consequences. So you're better off doing it as soon as you feel it, and learn to trust your gut. So yes, I'll see you guys on the next one. The next video is gonna be the Dubai vlog, and then from then on we'll see how the year goes by. So wishing you guys a blessed 2020. Let me know how your 2019 was. If you struggled like me, let me know. And all your wins as well, you can let me know in the comment section. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.